There we are. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's live.
Top of the day and the world to you.
And the world to you. There we go.
Are we good?
Yeah, now you're in the middle.
Oh, okay. That makes total sense. Okay, so today we've got a great live coming your way because it is going from how do we know what our horse is actually saying? So is it a trusting thing that we're going to start understanding what the horses are doing because they're natural teachers? Or is it a fixing thing? That's where that horsemanship piece would come in. But when you're working with clients, this is where it's so very important that we need to understand those two differences.
Yeah. What's the horses speaking? What's a people problem? And when do you move in to help? And when do you stand back to let the process roll?
That's right. Because that pausing is really powerful.
That's where we go from enabling to empowering is when we allow people the opportunity to fix their own problems.
Exactly. So there's going to be some really fun, exciting things for all of you in the equine assisted modality world, but also any of you who are horse owners, because we do it for the sake of our clients, but you would do it for the sake of yourself and your horse. And of course, everything is the welfare of the horse.
So for any of you who are watching, please let us know who you are and where you're from. We always like to know that we are talking to people. It makes us happy. So let us know that piece. And then we'll get into our regular old rigmarole here before we get going. And the very first part of this, are you ready? Is the hashtag.
Holy jumping tuna fish.
I was like, her hands are full. I'm going to end up tuna fishing it myself. So the holy jumping tuna fish is when you hear something that maybe blows your mind or something you didn't know before, but we want you to throw in that hashtag holy jumping tuna fish so we know what's really getting to you. And then of course we do have the second one as well, which is the hashtag is we are life changers. And of course that doesn't mean just us. That doesn't mean just you. That's everybody who has the opportunity around the world to change somebody's life every single day that we live and breathe. And that again, people, it boils down to kindness.
Always kindness, man.
And I know we say this all the time, but spread some kindness in this world. We really do need it. And with the disconnect in the world and everything else, kindness goes a long, long way.
Kindness goes good anywhere on earth. Oh my gosh. I love it. Anytime, day, morning, night, anytime.
Kindness.
Okay.
So I think we've made our point with that. And we have lovely Sarah from Bezanson. And we've got Tanya's watching too. Horseshoe Connection is watching. So thank you so much for saying hi. Please do. Again, everybody who just joined, let us know that you're here as well. And you can ask questions as we go too, because we like questions. So keep that in mind as we go.
And you know what I love? I love when a lot of our certified facilitators just join us for these lives.
I know. They miss us.
They see videos of us and trainings all the time. All they have to do is click a button in their business pack and they got us everywhere. Training videos, we're yipping, we're talking, and yet they still want to come and join in the fun and learning more. So that's that's a kudo in the feather cap for all of you who continually keep watching us, because you will always learn something.
My coffee cup matches you perfectly.
It does.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have had that one.
Yeah.
I got just a plain
the bright
orange one.
That does not match us. And if you are joining us for the first time, we are going to be talking a little bit about, what we do is equine assisted learning, which we'll talk about in a moment, but you should know who we are as well. So my name is Carolyn Charles. I'm the director of sales, as well as the facilitator and instructor for the Equine Connection, the Academy of Equine Assisted Learning, Inc.
Hey everyone, my name is Carrie Fulmick, and I am the founder of the Equine Connection. And this was founded, 2008 is when I officially began. It's just so hard to believe 18 years has already gone by.
Poof.
Like where? How?
That fast.
But this beautiful certification has done so many beautiful changes as, of course, you grow, and of course, how we learn more about horses, because it's never ending when it's about horses. But we have a certification course that helps humans just like you, who have horses just like you, to bring a different way, a different form of learning life skills to these humans who need it so much. Not just doing four walls, but literally this is where the humans learn from the teacher, and we literally let the horse be the teacher. We're the facilitators to help the process and the guiding, but it's all about empowering those humans, and everything is on the ground, which is so nice. So we're not riding the teachers.
Mm-mm.
It's very, very powerful. And in the 18 years that we have been doing this, there's not one human who hasn't come out of that arena and had a change of some kind, which is incredible. You can't
Really.
get that without the horse. Like, it's mind blowing. You can't just get it from listening to someone or going to a workshop or reading a book. Or this is such powerful learning. And with a decline in our industry with our horses, it's really important that we all top up and start thinking, hey, what else could I possibly do with these amazing, magnificent creatures? And this is definitely an option to do it with and make a viable business out of it
too. The other thing I wanted to mention is that this is not therapy. So it is skills development, and that's a big difference. And you do see a lot of things out there that are equine therapy this or equine therapy that, but really do always pay attention to what that actually looks like and what it means and what credentials go behind that as well. So we are skills development, working with horses to help people move forward with their lives.
Exact amundos.
And Sarah says, you ladies always have great new info and your shenanigans brighten all of our days.
Aww, I love that.
And Chris is on. Yes, it has been a long time. Chris,
time.
Penny's on too. Joey's on. So welcome everybody.
Woota.
We appreciate you coming. So
how do we know? How do we know to trust or to fix?
Yeah.
First of all, just an FYI, if you're actually working with clients with your horses, you're not literally doing a huge fix. What you would be doing, if that was ever necessary, is you would step in, because you would be the leader, of course, in that moment, to save your horse, because he needs to feel safe. So you would have to get him to that place first, and you would do it very respectfully so that the people who are working with the horse say, oh, I see. I had to let him know where my boundary is, or whatever the case may be. But this helps them also learn that could it be a person who's doing that too? You see what I mean? Like, there's so many opportunities for humans to be able to relate a horse to someone or something that's happening in their own life.
And, our clients aren't horse people generally. So more often than not, we're not going to a horsemanship place. And definitely not the typical horsemanship place either. When we're doing this, we're trying to bring it to what can we adjust so that the horse can adjust. Because really, it always goes back to the number one thing a horse needs to feel. You guys should all be able to comment this. Should be always safe, people. So we can still always bring it back in. We're not round penning them in the middle of anything or doing things like that. It's not about the horsemanship side of things. That's for us to do beforehand to make sure we're working with safe horses. It's more so how do we adjust what's going on with the human so that the horse can feel safe and we can move forward in a different way.
And because we are doing this so that there's a podcast too, just an FYI, we're going to explain some of these pictures as we are going to show them. Because it does help, especially visually, to see what the heck are you talking about.
Well, and some people are so dedicated. We know that you're driving probably and just listening to us. So
exactly.
We'll describe it all to you. So we'll show the first one here, maybe. Not maybe. We will. So this is beautiful.
This one. Do you know who that is, Sarah?
And the lovely piece about this, and for those of you who can't see it, we've got a beautiful woman here who has the horse's head nice and low and almost their entire, it's not a forehead. Forelock, thank you. Buried into her chest. It's a very soft moment. And then the second photo that's with that is, again, the horses very softly put their muzzle into her chest as well, right around the heart area too. So very soft moments here.
So this would be a time, like the first one I would step in for sure. Well, both I would, but I'd like them to have that moment. But that step in would be, because you want to make sure your client is also feeling safe, because you can see through the picture, your horse is totally feeling safe.
Yeah.
Because not only, as you can tell how low his head is, but his forehead, the forelock, being on her being, that is the zone of friendship in horse world. So it already shows that this horse is giving so much to Sarah. But a question would just be, how do you feel right now with what Kokanee is doing with you? Because if the client did say, oh, I'm really uncomfortable with this, because we don't watch the humans, we watch the horses. So then you would have an opportunity to adjust that and for her to make an adjustment. But most times when you see something this soft and beautiful, then when you ask the question, how does it feel? The person is like, it feels so good, or I'm not sure, or it's a little nerve-wracking, but I love it. Like, I can't believe this horse is doing this with me.
Mm-hmm.
And then all we just ask them to do is think about what that would mean for you. Like, where are you feeling it in your being and what that means for you? So we're always posing it back to them.
And for those of you who can't see, again, in that first picture, the head is so nice and low. In the second picture, the eye is so soft. And this is why it's so important to watch the horse, because then we can know what the feeling is of this in that moment, and that we're not rushing in for a safety thing. This is a connection piece. Absolutely.
You bet your sweet peepees it is. And with that, just talking about the last picture Carolyn was talking about, with the muzzle and the chest, that step in, again, we always ask, are you okay with this? How does this feel for you? To make sure that they're still okay and they're feeling safe. Then, of course, that second one would mean, okay, so what lives in this area? So then we see it's empowering them. And most times, because you're pointing to it and they're in that moment, they say heart lives in this area.
Mm-hmm.
So again, then we allow them to, oh my gosh, I've recognized where that feeling is and what that would mean for you, because it could mean an awareness. It could mean something that you've been feeling and they're just bringing attention to it.
Even a comfort.
Or it could be a comfort because you need that. Like, there's so many things, and that's why we can't put words onto our horses, because it's up to the individual human. As long as we as facilitators are making sure horse is safe, because that means client is safe, that's our job. We got to let the human find their own voice inside and what these things mean for them.
And we can't assume what it would mean because of what it would mean to us. Like, if you put something in or put words in a human's mouth, it's just as bad as putting words in a horse's mouth, right? Like, and people don't have to tell us their answers.
No,
what it means
we don't
to
even
them.
Want their,
we don't need it. Yeah, but it allows them to have a moment in being contemplating what that might mean to them without them even having to say a word outwardly.
Absolutely. And I mean, the odd time, I'm going to tell you this because I don't think we have one of this picture. So when a client is with a horse, and for whatever the reason is, you can see this horse is very safe, but the client starts like just bawling, like the tears are coming, and you do a little step in at the beginning, because the client will always want to tell you, I don't know why I'm crying.
Yeah,
I don't know why I'm crying. And we always say, you know what? Your body is telling you what it is that you need. Just let it be. And are you feeling okay right now where you are with the horse? They say yes. This is when we give the space, because you see how safe the horse is. Because why? That human is being 100% authentic. They're thinking and feeling whatever it is that's coming out of them. So it's authentic. So your horse is going to stay with them. Anyone who's bald in front of us, the horse and that human stay together until that human is ready to take that next step. It's pretty, I think it's always life-changing even for us, because we're so humbled. Yeah, in seeing how beautiful it is.
And I see Tanya, she says, I am driving. So she's
good.
She's that hardcore into the Equine Connection. And then Amanda's on as well. And Trisha, thank you so much for commenting. Glad to be here. Love this, Trisha says. That's beautiful. So we'll go to the next photo here as well. And this one, for those of you who are driving or on a podcast, the horse is quite, again, softly and beautifully coming into the stomach area. And the girl is, I'm not sure if she's actually crying or not.
She's crying. It's an emotion. And this is a Leah Dick picture. So any of you who know Leah Dick, I love showing this one. It's so lovely. So thank you, Leah.
And they are just standing together. So the girl is releasing and the horse is, again, nicely in her space, but it's not like overly in her space. It's just the muzzle is kind of buried a little bit into that stomach area. And
I know for any of you who have been like me, you grew up maybe with no horse can be in your space. No. Well, it is yes now, because once we understand why the horse is coming into that, but that's for another topic on another day. Because we are now understanding this horse is so in tune, and they feel those pieces that could be needing, again, that assistance or awareness to an area and what those areas mean in the fascia band world. So we'll just stick with fascia band. Any of you who are in Reiki or chakras, it's all the same thing, but we stay fascia because then everybody doesn't go, ooh, it's wooey, because it's not wooey.
No wooey.
But we all have fascia, or we wouldn't even be able to walk or get up, because it keeps everything together.
It's important stuff.
So
Sarah says, holy jumping tuna fish.
That's exactly right. So you see how, like, it's got to be gentle, and you can see even that the horse is still listening, you know, off to the side and to the back of him. But it's just beautiful. And whatever that woman is feeling, again, it's not ours to take, but something has brought that beautiful emotion to fruition for this incredible lady. Mm-hmm. And it was stunning. And you can even see, or we'll tell you, the lead rope, nothing is tight. Like, the horse is free to be the teacher that he naturally is.
Yeah. The nostrils are soft. The eye is soft. And again, this is where looking at that horse is so crucial too, because the horse is doing a service at this point. And she's not, you know, back all over the horse. She's just allowing the horse to be in her space that way.
Absolutely. Just so beautiful.
And
you know, we get to see this like all the time. Like, this is why it is the greatest job in the entire world. Equine assisted learning to me is the cat's meow. Meow. Why? Because you don't have to use controlling tools. You're not riding the horse. You literally are letting them be with you, with your clients, yes, with a halter and a lead rope, but you're not stopping them from doing all the work that they naturally know how to do. If you just let your horses do it to you. So when that horse is coming into you, let's say as you're grooming, don't stop your horse. Just give it a moment, because your horse has been trying to tell you things for, well, forever. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it takes us a while as humans to catch on, but that's okay. When it's time to catch on, we all start catching on. But it's just so gentle. I mean, we would know the difference of horses coming in to bite us. It would have a completely different look to
and
them.
Feel.
And I feel like you can feel that energy exchange as well, right?
And one other thing to note too is that once you do become open to this and them coming in to speak, you don't imagine that you're just going to walk out and be like, okay, everybody, I'm ready to listen now. And they're all going to come and be like, oh, yay. You might have to show them a few times that this is cool now, and you're looking at things a little differently.
Exactly. Like, not that total stopping. It's kind of like, I always think about this even for in training, and I'm not a trainer, but of course, anytime we as owners are with horses, we're still a trainer, because you're teaching a horse things all the time, whether you call yourself a professional or not. But, you know, even the feet moving, you know, we don't have to always stop the horse. If the horse is wanting to move, there's a reason why that horse is wanting to move. We need to be more attentive to what is that they're trying to tell us right now. Is the horse not feeling comfortable? Is there something that is unsafe to them? Like, there's so many different things when we think of it this way, instead of just saying, oh, no way, you are not moving 1 inch. If I tell you to ground tie, you are ground tied, Mr. or Mrs.
Yeah, because you're being disrespectful.
Yeah,
which
and
again,
no horse thinks that way, because that's an abstract thought. Horses in their brain don't have that kind of thinking method as we do. So a horse is never disrespectful, like never. So just take it out of your vocab, everybody, because it's impossible, because they don't have the brain like us. Mm-hmm. So if they're doing something that you feel is disrespectful to you, that means that we've created it.
Yeah.
Because they didn't do it, because they're not disrespectful.
It's not their intent to be disrespectful. All they want to do is be safe.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all.
Exactamundos.
This is a lovely photo too of one of our fellows. And this is Disco the horse, and and he is coming in, and you can kind of see his bottom lip there again is very soft, but it's on the man's chest. And he was doing a little bit of muzzling here or speaking. So sometimes, again, in those fascia pieces, if we have a blockage or if something emotional or physical blockage, they might try to do something for us that kind of unkinks the hose, and they might do that with their muzzle. And that's what's happening in this photo.
You know, it's a really great replication if you think of when two horses come together. And they always come together and they bend together. So both girths out, that yin and yang symbol, very nice. Yeah. And, you know, they're helping each other in those fascia zones. They use their teeth to be able to do it, to help move that energy, that hose that could be kinked. So then when you see it, when they're doing it with a human, And of course, sometimes you have to help your horse to know, like, no, don't use teeth on us, because we
Gentle.
wouldn't be in business if horses were using teeth on us humans like they do on themselves. But they naturally even seem, most horses, they just use their muzzle on a human. Or you say, hey, human, I'm a human. Don't be doing the teethy thing, right?
Gentle.
So it's really cool, even as your horses are learning that they can and are allowed to just be who they are. It's so exciting, because you can also help them to say no, or again, they have a certain button that you can push to help them understand that they can't go that far. Like, it's really pretty powerful. But again, how do you feel? Like, it's always, how do you feel when you look at a picture like this? Give us the answer.
Yeah, throw it in the comments too.
Yeah.
And again, that would be one of our step-ins when we do, because we would step in with this and see where our participant is at as well. So give us, what are you feeling? I love that Debbie put, these pictures are so insightful as to what to look for.
Aren't they so great, Debbie?
Yeah.
I know. There's just a kabazillion of them.
A kabazillion.
Yes. Well, and as you saw going through the course too, I'm sure you're like, no way. Okay, people, did you leave us?
There's always a little bit of a lag. I think
there?
it's like 15 seconds. Yeah.
Oh.
I know.
Well, that's kind of weird.
It is.
But it's okay.
But hopefully they'll start popping through. But yes, this is something that we would facilitate to make sure that he has an understanding of kind of why the horse is doing this, if it hasn't done it to him before. And then as well, getting them to think, okay, what lives there? You know, going through those same kind of pieces so that they are figuring out, what is the horse trying to do or help you with in this moment? And then they can start applying it to where they are at. And that brings in that mindfulness piece too, because they really do have to be aware of where they are in that moment to know what the horse is trying to help them with as well, and what they're feeling.
And sometimes, you know, our clients will leave us and then they come back the next week and they'll say, oh my gosh, I had an epiphany of why Disco did this to me, or why Faye was doing that to me. So it's kind of neat. It's like, sometimes it's just not, the answer isn't just there for them right away. They just know the feeling. And I love talking about feelings, because I mean, I'm a think person, but feeling is because a horse is the most feeling of all beings. So you can really bring that in, because you're really helping people to get to that awareness.
Sarah says, I feel calm, supported, and helped by that. Interesting. Joey says, interesting that the spot the horse chose to nuzzle. And it really is always very interesting. And different horses seem to have different like specialties almost in how they do that too. Amanda says, I love that these pictures too show the human's reaction. They're not pulling or bending away.
Very true.
Now, some people might be little nervous when something like this still happens.
For sure.
And especially these are big creatures and all of a sudden they're on them, right? So that's why it's so important to facilitate that too, because sometimes there will be that initial like, what do I do?
What happened?
I'm not moving.
Even though, just an FYI, when any of our clients begin with us, there's always orientation. There's always building the skill of knowledge of why we work with horses, how the horses are the teachers. So they get the demo and everything. And of course, if you don't want something, how would you tell a human that? They'd say no or stop or whatever.
Absolutely.
So they understand those pieces. But yeah, when you get 1,000 pounds, 800 pounds, 2,000 pounds coming in, they could be having a little bit of pee-pee time.
Joey says, I love that people make their own connections to themselves in their own way. Absolutely. And she also mentioned, and this could be when the block becomes important.
Yeah,
absolutely. Saving your bubble and your space.
Exactamundos.
Jamie says, love this conversation. I'm always inspired when I hear y'all speak. Well, thanks. That's lovely.
Thank you.
And we got, I think, two more pictures. So this one.
Oh,
this is an old picture, folks.
This is very old. And just so you know, here at the Equine Connection, with, of course, all of our beautiful new knowledge of how a horse actually works, no client is ever allowed to pull on a horse's head. But in the olden days, see, that's what I mean. You're where you're at when you're supposed to be there. And then you're supposed to move once you learn that new knowledge. So now we understand no client can ever pull on a horse's head. And then we also bring in our 3 beautiful energies that we learned through Chris Irwin, which we implement into every program. Because why? That brings that human, all your clients, even yourself, back to awareness, being mindful and being present. There is no greater earth on being gift. There's no greater gift on earth than being present, because all of us horse people, even though we're with our horse, we sometimes drift. We think about other things in life. So it's really powerful when they're literally trying to teach us something all the time.
And for those of you who are just listening, this photo is our curly horse, Jordy, and he has a pretty solid stance of not moving forward while there's 2 lead ropes on him, and the pressure is on the lead ropes going to the humans who are trying to pull him to come forward. And it ain't working. You can tell by, again, looking at the horse, you can tell he's not moving forward in that moment. That's not going to happen. He's making a clear stance.
He really is. And yeah, this is a definite step in. And even if I were further away, I'd say, release the ropes. Or I'd say, drop the ropes. So then it gives me a moment to get over there, save the horse, and then be able to ask them, how do you think this is going? He's pretty dug in. You think he's going to move forward? They're going to say no. And you see, now you got a whole new way of how this communication is going to roll.
Yeah. And Debbie says the horse is sharing his opinion loudly.
I like that.
And in such a beautiful, safe way, because they're gorgeous that way. But he's definitely very clear in this moment that that's not how this is going to roll. And again, we've been through all this with our clients. So it's not like it's coming out of left field that they had no idea they couldn't pull on a horse's head or anything else like that. This is part of the safety aspect and how we let them know about the knowledge of the horse and how the horse actually works and moves.
Exactly.
This is a fun one too. So here we've got our beautiful Palomino comment here, and his head's a little bit up, but he's still listening. He's still
pretty regular height though for who he is.
That's true. He's looking pretty good overall. He's not a super tense body. His eyes aren't wide or anything like that. But then we look at the humans, and it looks like he's flipping her off in this couple. He's not. He was pointing at something. But if you take a look at the humans and you're only looking at them, what would we want to do in this situation? And you guys can answer too. He's talking very loud. Yeah, Jordy was a loud talker.
He was.
The strong, silent type, but still loud.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at where the people are focused. They're both leaning back, completely disconnected from the horses. With the previous picture, absolutely. So in this one here, because I don't know, maybe I'll try refreshing this, see if it goes faster. Nope. Okay. So if we were to just look at the people in this, we might consider stepping in to try to fix what's going on because it looks like they're having a conflict. But
when you look at the horse and the horse is telling you, I mean, he is turned away from the wife, but look at his ears on the wife. Then the ear is on the husband. And he's just standing there. The lead ropes are nice and loose, so the horse doesn't want to go away. This is a great time to say, hey, horse is safe. Let these people do what they're needing to do in their communication, because that's powerful to a horse when humans are telling their truth. So it's not a right away step in, because it's not necessary, because we're looking at the horse. We're not looking at the people.
If we had a higher head, if we had him walking away from them, or there was more to be looking at with our horse here that looks like they're stressed at all, then yes, we'd be stepping in because the horse is speaking. But as far as this, if we just look at the humans, we're stepping in for the wrong reasons, and we're not giving them the opportunity to fix their own problem first, which goes to that enabling side of things versus empowering them to communicate it out and move forward that way.
And they're a married couple, and they actually owned a health food business, and they have 4 kids, and the whole family came that day for this. So it was really empowering for the whole family.
That was a great day.
I know. It was so much fun. I love it.
Okay, so those are all of our photos for the day as well. But as you can see, there's so many different instances that you really kind of have to contemplate what your action point is here. But it all boils down to understanding our horses and knowing, is it a step-in moment? Is it not a step-in moment? Is it the moment that we, have to get in right away because something's unsafe? Or do we let them play things out a little bit so that we can give them the empowerment piece?
And for those of you who are just wanting to know more because of you and your horse's relationship, test some of these things. The one thing I always say when we're in training with our facilitators to be is I always say, what is it like if you don't tie your horse? Does your horse want to stay with you? If the horse keeps walking away from you, what would it look like if you breathed, if you got grounded and you became present? Would your horse come back to you? So these are testing pieces. This is what I always love. It's not just believing what we say, test it for yourself, because a horse never goes away from something that feels safe. So this is why my brain's always, okay, Carrie, get out of your grocery list. Be present, woman, because your horse is telling you you're not here. Or sometimes if Carolyn pops out her phone, the horse will literally knock it out of her hand, because again, if we go to our phone, we're not present.
Yeah.
When that horse comes in, just see what the horse does. That's all it is. Like sometimes I remember we had one facilitator, Disco. He took his muzzle and he, pardon?
Oh, on a facilitator. Okay. I get it. I'm understanding now. Yeah.
Okay.
Go for it.
Anyway, so Disco went to another facilitator, but he put his muzzle on her forehead and then moved his muzzle all over the place. Like it was going crazy. And Disco loved that piece. He was actually the teacher of intuitive. And that is kind of like your third eye, your intuitive. So any hoodle, of course, I'm going to stop in. I'm going to stop by because the other facilitator in training, I have to make sure that the facilitator who's getting the muzzle in is okay. So I step in and say, again, how are you doing with that? And I feel so great. I asked the other facilitator how she's doing. She goes, I don't like this one bit. And it was so cool. As soon as she had said that, Disco stopped doing that. And I said, so did you see what happened when you told your truths and what the horse did? So you see, these are testing moments. Of course, by the time the training is done, what does she want? She wants the Disco muzzle treatment all over her, but it just doesn't work like that. It just doesn't. But test yourself. And it really helps with you and your horse, because your horse knows then you're really trying to make that effort into listening to what it is that they're trying to tell you.
Absolutely. So hopefully that helped you guys a little bit today in understanding, again, and this is our form of equine assisted learning and how we roll with things. But for those of you who are not facilitators already, can't stress this enough.
No, don't sign up for our certified facilitators. Yeah. No,
it's not for you.
It's not for you.
But we do have a live online masterclass coming up. And I believe we've got 3 of them, March 23rd, 24th, and 25th. And you don't have to attend all days. It's the same one. We just give you 3 different options. But if you would like to know more about the certification and how it would look for you to do this as a career, you can comment
masterclass.
Thank you. And we will be happy to send you off the information and where you can register for that piece as well. Look how cute we are in cartoon.
It's so exciting. I actually don't like that cartoon one at all.
I think we're adorable.
No, I like the other cartoon ones better. Yeah, that don't even look like me.
It's got your hair.
I don't think so, Tim.
Any hoodle. So yeah, we digress. We were just talking about this yesterday, actually, about how photos go up of us and stuff like that. And we're at the point now where we've been humbled enough, and we just, we aren't proud.
No,
so you guys will know exactly how we are and what we look like before ever meeting.
I mean, I have 3 daughters, but I mean, now they're older. So I 28, 29, 30, something like that. I feel like that, but maybe I could be wrong. I don't know. 20. Anyways, they're 3 years apart for I forget. And it doesn't matter.
They're a year apart for 3 months.
Yeah. Anyway, it just doesn't matter. I don't even know why I'm going to
we
that.
Digress.
But I mean, they're very sensitive to pictures that go up where they're not looking pristine. We don't have those pictures anymore.
You should see all the thumbnails, even if you list up all of these videos that we do. They're not pretty.
I have an album that's called Ugly Pics and Fat Pics, because sometimes that camera puts an extra 1,000 pounds on a human. I'm like, where did that come from? So we have all kinds of funny pictures that we just keep because we find them hilarious.
Yeah, because it amuses us. Any hoodle. So if any of you are interested, make sure you throw in that comment, masterclass, and we will definitely send you off the information about it as well. But we are so happy that you were able to come today and hang out with us to learn a little bit more about this and how the horses are always communicating, but it's not always about correcting or the horsemanship side of things. It really is about empowering people to be mindful, understand where they're at in those moments, and just help the process along so that people can start to decipher what those things might mean.
Have an amazing horsey day.
Bye, everybody.